All right, so I guess you guys are wondering what the is going on with this Pong tournament. So let's get going. Let's get a little tutorial video, all right? So the way this is gonna work, we got some schedule of events, all right? So let's go over that. 6 o'clock, we got the opening ceremony. Kev and I will be doing that. And all these times after 6, they don't mean anything. They really don't. I just put it in there to look official. We start at 6, we go from there. All improvisation. And then we got the national anthem from Austin, followed by our prelim games. You guys are probably wondering what the hell that means. I'll explain that in a minute. Just calm down. And that's everyone. All right? And then we'll announce the bracket, do the tournament pregame show. That's DJJ doing that. Get yourself pumped up for that. And then we got the tournament games. All right? Everyone's playing those. Everyone. Every single person. And then we'll close it out with the ceremony. A little trophy presentation for the winner. Now, the tournament games are going to be double elimination. For those of you who don't know what that means you're allowed to lose. Wow. And when you do lose, you have to come out of the loser's bracket. The winner of the winner's bracket and the winner of the loser's bracket will play each other in the championship. The winner's bracket team is allowed to lose one of those championship games because they haven't lost yet and still win the whole thing. Isn't that crazy? All right, whatever. Let's get to our prelim games here. Results. So we got our teams, all right. Record, TCR score, I'll explain that in a minute, and your seed. But how we're going to do this, we're going to do technically 3 rounds, but every team's going to play 2 games. We have 9 teams, so one team's going to have to sit out each round. Okay, I'll send this in the group chat so you don't have to try and read this while I'm trying to, wiggle the camera around. But the 2 teams that sit out will play in a 3rd round to get their 2nd game in. Based on your 2-game record, all right, you will be seeded. Now, there's going to be a bunch of teams that are tied. We know that. So we came up with this TCR score. All right, how it works is if you win, the amount of cups the other team left on the table counts as a positive towards your TCR score. So let's say Kev and I, obviously, destroy, all right, Nate and Danny, and they have 8 cups left on the table. We get a +8 here. But let's say we play, Austin and his fam, and they kick our ass, and we leave 7 cups on the table when we lose. That's a -7. All right, so your score will be calculated based on that. And if it's tiebreaker, you got the higher score, that means you played better because it means you beat teams by more cups, or when you lost, you didn't lose. You didn't leave as many cups on the table, less of a negative. So that score is going to be our tiebreaker. We'll get the seeds going, and then Ken will put the bracket together. All right, Ken's the bracket guy, I'm the prelim guy. All right, round 1, round 2, that final round for these drinking break teams. All right, everyone else is going to be drinking during that 3rd round. But yeah, if you have any more questions about the TCR score, which you shouldn't because I just explained it to a fucking T, just let me know. All right, but let's go down and see what kind of setup we got going on. All right. We got Harry Potter going here. That doesn't look like Harry Potter, but we got Harry Potter going. Oh, yeah. This is Kev. He's my demonstrator. So the way we got this thing set up here, we got our laptop. You can see both sets of cups. Ken put a little bag over his laptop so he doesn't get water splashing all over it. All right? And, you're going to measure, all right? From the back of these cups until your throw mark, you're going to measure. Get yourself a tape measure. If you don't have one, what the hell's wrong with you? All right? Guess how far? 7 feet away from the back of those cups. That's where you're going to be throwing from. All right, if you want to go further than that, that's fine. That's cool. That's fine. This kid's strapped. Absolutely strapped. I'm not going to be doing that quite yet. I had a bit too much to drink last night. Anyways, this is normal Pong rules, okay? You throw a ball, it makes it in one of those cups. Just like that, you pull the cup, all right? But you don't pull the cup right away like you weird Toledo kids, all right? You let both teams throw, and then you pull the cup. Why? Because if Ken were to make a cup, and then I were to make a different cup, or how about that? Yeah, we do the same cup right now. Okay, whatever. We'll do the. You know what? Go back. If we were to make 2 different cups, that's 2 cups out and balls back, okay? Look at that. But if we were to go again, let's do this. Give me one. I'll throw one. And Ken were to make a cup. Which cup did you mean? Yep. And then I were to make that same cup. Well, guess what? That's 3 cups and balls back. Yep, those are the rules. You get it. Now, one more rule. This is called the death rule. The red ring of death. All right, if you were to make cups in a fashion so that you made that cup, that cup, that cup, and that cup, that's game over. No rebuttal. Game over. Look at that red ring of death. That's game. That's game, baby. Game. All right. And you might be thinking, what about bounce? Are you an idiot? We can't bounce. We can't bounce.
Fuck, I can't. What?
You can't defend. No one can defend through a laptop. No bouncing here. All right. Now, last rules to go over here. If the other team is to make all their cups, you do get a rebuttal. Unless they are to make that last cup with the same ball. I mean, 2 balls into the last cup. You know what I'm trying to say? Both guys hit the last cup, no rebuttal. But if they just make one shot into that last cup, then you do get a rebuttal. It's crazy. You get a rebuttal. But you have to make all the cups you have left during that rebuttal. Now, if you are to go to overtime, classic overtime rules, we go to this formation. And what do you got to do? You got to make that top cup before you make any other cup. Once you make that top cup, then you can make the other 3 cups. Move on with your overtime. Double overtime. No one's got to go to double overtime. Come on. But if we do, we'll do something crazier. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
How many call-outs we get?
You get 2 re-racks and gentlemen's. Isn't that nice? 2 re-racks and gentlemen's.
Pretty nice. Shit's frozen.
It's frozen, but that's me throwing. Look at the form.
I took a shot. I knew what I was doing.
You got anything else for me, Kev?
Please make sure you guys practice proper PPE 6 feet away from all outsiders, and make sure you got a fucking beer, all right? Beer, alcohol, what the fuck you got. Just make sure you're fucking drinking.
There we go.
You know, we're not going to peer pressure anybody, but don't be a fucking pussy.
There you go.
Okay?
So just have a great time, guys. Have a great time. And don't lose. Don't go in the loser's bracket. No one wants to be in the loser's bracket.
Bet your luck.
Yeah, we can all anticipate that. All right. We'll see you tonight.